my name is Jennifer Rapavi, and I'm the Director of Leadership Development in Ishpeming. Evangelization is one of those terms that we hear as Catholics, but we don't always know what to do with, or it seems like something that someone else should be doing. And I know that was definitely how I felt about evangelization for much of my young adult life. My opinion definitely changed when I lived in the South for a couple years and lived in a huge metropolitan city where nobody went without knowing the Jesus Saves guy. This man had devoted his life to standing on the street corner of a very, very busy city to yell, "Jesus saves, Jesus loves you," and let the whole community know that Jesus really did want to be part of their life. Now, some people loved him and loved hearing his message, and he brightened their day. And he made some other people really angry. They didn't want to hear what he had to say. My thought was never, did he make me happy or did he make me sad? It was more, was he effective? And if this is evangelization, how am I supposed to do this? My opinion of evangelization changed when I had a friend visit in the same exact city. We were walking down the street, and as we were going, a man approached us and started speaking with us. Getting a little worried and being concerned about safety, I kept walking. And as I got a couple buildings away, I realized my friend was back with the man. He looks up, he waves, and he walks into a restaurant with this unknown man who had approached him. And sitting there nervously for a couple minutes, waiting for him to come back, he finally came back alone. And I asked what had happened. And he said that this guy hadn't eaten in days, and he just was hungry, just wanted to know if he could have some food. And my friend bought him some food, talked to him, and then shared the faith with him. Gave him a rosary or a crucifix, whatever, in his pocket, and spent some time praying with him. My friend recognized that the situation wasn't necessarily safe, but he knew that he was safe enough in the situation where he could let Jesus know, or let this man know about Jesus' love. When we go into situations of evangelization, there are several tools that we can keep in mind to help us along the way. The first one is prayer. You never go into battle unarmed. You never go into a meeting without your notes. And you should never go into an evangelization situation without prayer. When we get nervous, when we have a hard time, when we just don't have the words, prayer reminds us that God has the words and he can speak through us. The second one is friendship. If any of you out there are parents, you've probably had this situation where you get advice from everyone, especially when you're a new parent. When it comes from a friend, usually accept it, and you're thankful for it and helps you along the way. When it comes from a stranger at the grocery store, usually the first reaction is, "Who are you to be telling me what to do about my kid?" Sometimes when we're sharing the faith, that can definitely be people's feelings if we don't come in with friendship. Friendship is a key part to making sure that we share God's love with others. Another part of evangelization is meeting the person where they're at. We have a great example of this in our diocese with Venerable Bishop Berga. He didn't just sit up on a hilltop somewhere and say, "I'm not going through the snow, come to me if you want to hear about Christ." He went through the snow on his snowshoes and all sorts of weather and did whatever he needed to do to be by the people who needed to hear Christ's love. All right, so maybe now you have it set in your heart that you want to go and share your faith with others, whether it be someone around the dinner table at the holidays or just some stranger at the store. But you might be wondering, what do I do now? You kind of think about the situation, it might make you a little nervous. How do you start that conversation? One great way to do that is just by a conversation piece, by giving a gift. It can be a rosary, a holy card, a crucifix, a book. There's lots of options and you can find them almost anywhere. Around the holiday time, I like to use something like this. It's a holy medal with the Holy Family on it. If I were at a holiday dinner with my relatives and I had someone who I wanted to invite to Mass, this would be a good way to start. I would say, "I found this medal, it's got the Holy Family on it, and I really like looking at it and reflecting on the Holy Family during Christmas time because it helps me remember what this season's really about. That it's not about the shopping days or getting to all the holiday parties or all the hustle and bustle. It's really about taking time to remember that Christ came to be with us and that he was born on Christmas. And I'm really excited because this Christmas I get to go to Mass and really reflect on that. And then that opportunity leads into asking, do you have somewhere to go to church at Christmas? Or would you like to go to Mass with me? Or have you thought about going to Mass this Christmas? This gift, a simple gift, can help launch that conversation of, would you like to come to Mass? And then the next step is listen. It's as simple as that. Usually when you give that invitation, people will have a response. Take a few minutes to actually listen to what their heart is saying, what their need is, what their hurt, what their excitement, what their anxiety is. Don't necessarily listen to respond, but listen to be present. After you've listened, then we respond. There might be an opportunity right away to invite them to come with you, share Mass time. Or maybe there's a hurt that needs to be addressed. Sometimes we kind of lose this opportunity to learn more or to invite. And it's a shame because we've already gotten past the hard part of starting the conversation. We sometimes just shrug and go, oh, that's nice, when we hear the response. Don't let this opportunity get passed up. So after you either invite or ask follow-up questions, sometimes there's still some hesitation. Still, if someone's been far away from the church or is coming back for the first time, there can be some hesitation to come back. A good way to overcome this is just asking the person, can I give you one good reason why I go to the Mass? It's hard to counter-argue someone's personal experience. It's a great source of inspiration, and it helps people understand more than what's just in a book or what's just an answer. It really gives a witness to your personal relationship with Christ. After you've done this, whether they are thinking about your invitation to go to Mass, have wholeheartedly accepted it, or are opposed to it, sometimes this is a great opportunity to ask if they'd like to pray with you, invite Jesus into that situation. I hope that these tools help you to share your faith and your love of Christ with those around you during this holiday season.